All right, it's the divisional round of the NFL playoffs after a crazy wild card weekend. Let's jump into Baltimore versus Buffalo, a Saturday night game from the AZ Central Weather Center. Not much snow really in the forecast. People are thinking that might be the case. That helps Baltimore, I think, and Lamar Jackson. What do you feel, Kent?
Yeah, I think it does. A nice plug for AZ Central. Also, congrats on that. But yeah, it doesn't look like the weather is going to be a huge factor. I think even if there was some inclement weather, Baltimore's used to that. It's not like it's a warm weather city, obviously. Just to me, this is a fun game, maybe the marquee game of the weekend. I mean, two evenly matched teams with young, dynamic quarterbacks. I think Josh Allen's the better thrower. Both pretty good defenses. For Cardinal fans, you got Calais Campbell trying to get a ring and get back to the Super Bowl for the first time since his rookie year with the Cardinals. So I just think Buffalo has some things going. I think they've got some mojo going, and I think I just love Josh Allen, and I love the receivers he has. I think they're going to do enough to beat Baltimore at home.
And Bob, Buffalo really struggled a little bit against the Colts last week. Will they be able to rebound and do what Kent says and beat the Ravens?
When I look at this game, I see that a lot of the same things Kent does, and I love the quarterback angle, but I think they can. But what Buffalo has to be concerned about is Baltimore's ability to run the ball, even in inclement weather, and it doesn't look like that's going to be a problem. But the Ravens have rushed for 889 yards the last 3 weeks. And they average 192 yards per game all year. You've got to, you don't talk about rushing in the playoffs when you're talking about two young quarterbacks, and that's the trend in the AFC, especially this weekend. Running game in the playoffs, though, man, when it comes around, it wins games. That being said, I think Buffalo's going to hold them off. But if Lamar has another 150-yard rushing game and throws a couple of touchdowns, Josh Allen can be turnover prone on occasion. So he takes chances, which I love. I know Kent loves it too. He's my favorite quarterback in this game, but I love Lamar Jackson too. I think it's going to be real close, and I think it's going down to the wire. I think Buffalo's going to win. Okay,
you talked about the running game in the AFC, and that goes straight to the Cleveland-Kansas City Chiefs matchup. Cleveland getting the nice win over Pittsburgh last week. But can they run the ball and score enough points against Kansas City, the Cleveland Browns?
I think the key word there is enough. Yeah, they can run the ball against the Chiefs. Yes, they can score points against the Chiefs. I just don't think they're going to be able to do either well enough to beat the Chiefs after a week's rest. I like what Cleveland's done. I think Kevin Stefanski's done a crazy good job, and you can see the development Baker Mayfield has made. I just don't think that team is there yet. I think the Chiefs have some holes. I don't know that I'm as impressed this year with them as I was a year ago. But I don't see them losing this game at home, and I don't think it's really going to be close. I think they'll make some key stops, and I just don't know that the Browns can stop Patrick Mahomes in that offense, especially with Andy Reid with extra time and extra rest to prepare.
That seems to be the overwhelming opinion, Bob. Is there any way for Cleveland to win this game?
Well, sure there is. I mean, it's playoffs. Anything can happen. Hey, they get Stefanski back this week, Kent. He was in the basement alone with his phone turned off watching the TV and couldn't coach or do anything. And they get him back. There's a chance there, right? Coach of the Year candidate, likely. Probably going to win it and probably should. Cleveland is a team that, if you want to adopt a Cinderella team in the playoffs, that's your team. And who doesn't love Cinderella stories? I mean, Cleveland hadn't been there for 1,000 years, and they're back. And look, it would mean so much to so many people to see an underdog team but it's not going to happen. So I'm not going to waste your time. It's not. They can't stop Travis Kelce, who had the most receiving yards by any tight end in the history of this game. Tyrann Matthew, 6 interceptions. I like the defense of Kansas City is showing this year. I love Pat Mahomes. I think it's going to be a blowout, but I'm rooting for the Browns. I am.
Maybe they can get the Chiefs center to snap the ball over Mahomes' head to start the game.
They'll still win. They'll still.
All right, let's jump over to the NFC. And you talk about, a Cinderella story. The Rams are trying to give the Browns a little run for their money here. But again, they're going into Green Bay and facing Aaron Rodgers. Bob, how do you see this matchup?
Well, good luck with that. If you're look, the Rams have the best defense in the league. Everybody knows it. They have the best defensive player in the league. Everybody knows in Aaron Donald, who's a bear up front. But you're going into Lambeau, where Aaron Rodgers threw a career-high 48 touchdown passes this year. And he's got Devontae Adams, who I think is the best receiver in the game, who had 18 TD catches. And I don't think there's any way that the Rams, even though Jalen Ramsey is definitely, my opinion, the best quarterback in the league, I don't think he can stop him. He stopped everybody this year, though. But Aaron Rodgers has enough talent on offense. The Packers' defense is a lot better than people think. And I think they're going to smoke the Rams. I don't care who Sean McVay starts at quarterback. Kent, you played quarterback at Utah, didn't you, somewhere?
No, I played against
You got a better chance.
My claim to fame, I played against Jim McManaman in high school. So that's my only tie to an NFL quarterback right there.
I drank beers with Jim McMahon, so that makes me equal.
I kind of agree with you on this. I love Sean McVay as a coach.
Yep.
He's so smart, and to get backup quarterback ready to play like he did with John Wolford is a testament to that. I just don't think the Rams are good enough offensively to go into Lambeau and win. I just don't. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, even against that defense, they're going to score. Yep. I just think the Rams are too limited offensively. Get a little bit of a running game. They do the little rollout with Goff or whoever's playing quarterback, and that's about it. And I just don't think that's good enough to go into Lambeau in January and win a playoff game.
If they score 30 points, can they win this game?
If the Rams can?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that may be what they have to do. I mean, they're gonna have to count on some special teams plays.
Yeah.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers having an off day, which we haven't seen all season, maybe once.
No.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. The last game of the weekend, some say that, it's the marquee matchup, Brady versus Brees, Tampa Bay versus New Orleans, Sunday late afternoon. Bob, I'm curious about your thoughts on this.
Like I said last week, it's Moses versus Noah, right? And I love it. Those guys have thrown – wait, I wrote it down. Hold on. 1,263 touchdown passes, including playoffs between Brady and Brees. I don't know who to pick in this game, guys. I don't. The fact that it's in New Orleans doesn't really matter as much as it probably should, unless Sean Payton could have quarantined 60,000 and stuck them in the Superdome. That's not happening. So my gut is it's a shootout. Brady had 40 touchdowns this year at 40,000 years old. I think Brees, though, because of Kamara, who led the league with 21 TDs, I think because Michael Thomas is the guy finally healthy, the wild card offensive secret guy who you can find, the leading receiver in the league a year ago, is finally in his game element. I think Brees is going to edge out Bruce and Brady, but I'm not going to swear to it.
I like that call. Kent?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on this one too, and it's so hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, and the Saints have done that with the Bucs. The season opening game was pretty close. The Bucs made a ton of mistakes. Then there was the blowout in November. The Bucs made a ton of mistakes. The Saints look really good. I think Tampa Bay has sort of found itself since then, especially offensively. Brady has settled into that Bruce Arians system. We've seen that happen before with veteran quarterbacks. Carson Palmer here in 2013, very pedestrian in the first half of the season. he and the receivers clicked the second half, and you could see something building. I see that happening in Tampa Bay. I'm going to go with the upset here. In normal times, if fans were in the Superdome, I probably wouldn't do it. Like you said, Mac, that's not the home field advantage. It's been in the past. There is no home field advantage anymore in the days of COVID. I think Tom Brady is going to bounce back. He's going to play well enough. I think Todd Bowles will, dial something up to contain Drew Brees, who's not the passer he once was. So in the battle of old guys, Moses versus Noah, I don't know which one Brady is.
He's Moses.
I'll take him in the Bucks. I'll take him in the Bucks, and I think it's going to be a field goal difference.
Oh, close game. And Bob coming with the 1,263 number, which is, that's really incredible between those two guys, that many touchdowns. And we also found out in today's show, kids, that Bob's biography is going to be called Beers with Jim McMahon.
Bob's had beers with everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe that's the title, Beers with ...
Beers
Ernie
with
Borgnine, George Harrison. Oh, list is crazy, man. Cat Stevens.
Enjoy some
George
cold
Harrison.
ones this weekend with the divisional games, and we'll check back in on the AFC NFC Championship games next weekend. Should be a fun weekend.